As is our usual policy, we start YouTube first, and we're getting the other streams started even as I speak. I have you in my right ear here, and I have my computer in my ear, so I'm getting that set up. So sorry if I seem distracted, it's because I'm distracted. And make sure I don't copy and paste something in the wrong spot. Hey, you know what? I think I did it. Ooh, our most exciting art week since COVID.
Woohoo! Lots going on.
So here we go, guys. Bam! We're gonna be there in just a second. As soon as I hit the start button. Hey everybody.
Hey.
Thanks so much for joining.
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday. Oh my goodness. This is such an exciting week. We have so much going on. And the cool part about it is that it's not just stuff going on in the studio. It's actually stuff out in real life, in the real world. And I almost forgot what that's like, with all the pandemic and the COVID. And so the stuff that we have going on, man, if you're in the Denton area, if you're around Dallas, there are some cool things happening in Denton this week, and I'm so happy that we're part of it. And it's I don't know, I've been looking forward to this for a while, and now here it is. But so one of the things is that I'm working on a mural for LSA's Lone Star Attitude, and 5 other murals are going up at the same time. So it's just really cool art project. Every year they get 6 new murals, and then they paint over them, and they get 6 more murals. And so the really neat part is that it's 6 people that do it. This is my second time to do it, and it's on the top floor of LSA, Lone Star Attitude, so it's on the rooftop, where it's LSA. It's like a hamburger place right on the square. But it's funny if you just call it a hamburger place, because that doesn't really do it justice. It's I don't know. It's a really unique kind of place. It's like 3 stories, but at the top is like a rooftop bar, restaurant, and it's right across from the old courthouse in Denton.
Yeah, it's got great views. They have music. They have good drinks. They have like a margarita flight.
Yeah, and then all weekend these 6 artists are doing the murals right there, like right next to the tables and all, so you can just chat. It's just a really, really cool experience. So if you have like the family, you just want to take them out, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. These artists are going to be chatting. They're all really nice people, and they'll talk about their art. They'll take photos with you and all that kind of cool stuff. On Thursday, the DCAC in what does that stand for? I know it's Denton Chamber.
The GDAC, Greater Denton Arts Council.
Oh, GDAC. Oh, I've been putting that wrong. I probably put it wrong. I think.
So, and Kylie Sykes joins us, says, "Hey guys." Owen says, "Hey guys."
Hey.
And Linda's watching with grandson tonight. So thanks for joining us. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks guys. That's brilliant. Yeah, the GDAC. So it's the Arts Council here in Denton. They're doing an artist talk on Thursday, which is really cool at the Apple Patterson Art Center, which is right down the street from the LSA, and that's really cool because it's a really neat, really crazy art center. I just did a mural in there as well, so I'll be in front of one of my murals while we're talking about doing another, and it ought to be a really fun time because it's just it's all the artists sort of talking. It'll be a meet and greet. Meet and mingle. I want to say dringle. It's like drink and mingle. And then on Sunday, up on the top of LSA, all the murals will be done, and they have a mural party. And that, I remember, we did the last mural there as well, and it was just a blast. It was just tons of people, lots and lots of fun. So it was really cool. And then the other thing that, of course, we're doing is the public art turtle over here. Here, let me show you. There's the turtle. This is actually a live feed from right over there. And I was telling Jackie after I set the camera up, it's like, we don't really need a live camera. It's not like the turtle's going to start swimming away or anything. But that's a live feed. So if Eagle over here, if she wakes up and hits it, it'll suddenly spin or something. But other than that, that's probably pretty much the way it's going to look.
And you're making some pretty awesome progress. I mean, the whole other side of it is not done, in the back, right fin, but the octopus is looking good. Corals, you added some coral.
Yeah, I'll be adding more.
So I'm pretty stoked to see it start to come together.
You should go over there and wave so you can prove that it's a live video. Yeah, but that's been really fun, and of course the size of it. If you look at that, it's hard to tell. Like it could be a matchbox size, but its head is actually bigger than my head. If that gives you an idea of the size, it's on like a 8-foot table over there. So it's big. It's a big boy.
It is pretty big. Well, Fred joined us and says howdy howdy.
Well, howdy, Fred.
And Owen has joined us and says, when you do murals, how do you paint without losing your place if you're on a ladder?
Oh well, it depends on the mural. We do have like a time saving thing. Like the mural that we're doing this weekend, it needs to be done for the party celebrating the murals by Sunday, and I've never missed a deadline. So it's actually going to be a painting that I've done before. It's Reflections of Jazz, and it's based on a painting of the music of Stockton Helbing. He's a really, really great jazz musician. He went to UNT, which is like the premier jazz college in the country, and really, really nice guy. And it was a painting that I did for
Eamon Carter.
Eamon Carter, thank you. Well, I was gonna say Eamon Carter, and I thought no, I'm gonna say the wrong museum because I'm terrible with names and stuff. But yeah, I was thinking, well, I should have just said Eamon Carter. But you know me with names and numbers. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I know whatever I say is gonna be wrong. But yeah, and but the main thing with those is that if it's like the 4-story murals that we've done, you take in the architecture, of it. So windows are different, or pipes, or what are the bricks, or whatever it is that changes. You can kind of base your painting around that, so transitions. We use a paint that actually feels a little different, so to draw with. On some of these murals, all of the murals, I always do the painting first on canvas. So I always do the painting. That particular painting is now in the Caribbean, but I have it up here in my noodle. Plus we have digital copies, which is good because murals are the only thing that Jackie and I really kind of work on together. And one of the things we do to save time sometimes is that we'll use a projector, and she'll project the black lines from my painting onto the wall. And that just speeds things up, because if I went there and tried to redraw the painting, it would just take forever, because I would paint one, because I'm going from like a painting that might be 2 feet by 3 feet, and then trying to think of it being 11 feet by maybe 10 feet or something, or maybe 50 feet tall by whatever it is, whatever the mural is, and that just takes forever because I use touch. So whenever Jackie does that, she's taking the drawing that I already made and then just transferring it to the wall using paint that I can feel, and then I have the black lines, and when I get up there and I can start the painting, it gives me perspective. Like it lets me know, like, oh, okay, so this is the nose that I drew. This is where that is. So whenever you first see the drawings, it doesn't really look necessarily like a lot. Sometimes it depends on the painting, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But on this one, there's so much crazy color, so that whenever the lines are up there, in this drawing, it's kind of a weird looking drawing, I think, where the black lines are. But in the color, when it goes up there, it's just
it's gonna be it's one of my favorite paintings of yours.
Oh, thank you. So I know that's a long explanation, but so the way that we do some murals is different than the way we do others. Like sometimes we mix it up. One of the 4-story murals I did in the Bishop Arts District, we use a projector for parts of it, and then like maybe some of the lower parts, but then the bulk of it was just getting out there and just painting it.
Yeah.
But that was a little more free flowing, so that it was just sort of worked into the time schedule. But if we can help it, we try to make it better. Anyway, sorry, I ran.
So Nancy says, hey.
Hey, Nancy.
Thanks for tuning in. And Cassie says, happy Tuesday. Are all the paintings behind John for sale? What about the turtle?
Oh, well, the paintings behind me are, I think.
So you got Rosie.
Oh yeah, Rosie is. Yeah.
Rosie's for sale.
And Rosie's actually going to be at the GDAC at the Art Talk this Thursday.
Yeah.
So if anybody's in the area, want to come by and get hands on Rosie, that sounds wrong, doesn't it? If they want to, but any of my artwork, if you want to touch it, you come by or hang out at LSA this weekend.
Yeah, and the other image behind you is it's a print actually of what John did for the text rail. So every painting, almost every painting, we offer as prints as well. So some of the work in the studio is prints because they were just test ones or whatever. But
and the Chimera I'm working on is a commission. So
yeah.
So unless he decides it's not for him, it's. But the turtle, though, I'm afraid the turtle, massive thing, and it's the first time I've ever worked on a sculpture like that, the painted. But it's actually going to Florida for a public art program there, and it's going to be mounted on these rocks, and so that's for a specific project. But you know, I was so excited that project came around because I wondered what it would be like to paint on sculptures like that, like horses or you know, I don't know. I was thinking about all kinds of things, and I never really thought about a sea turtle. But when they said a sea turtle, I thought, yeah, that'd be a great time to actually try this out. So I want to do more of those. You know, like I was thinking about even like getting maybe a sculpture of a horse, maybe even a large one, and maybe cutting it in half or part of it, so it's like, you know, it's thicker than a bas relief. You know, it's really coming out of a wall, but it's not like an entire horse, but it's horse size. You know, but it's not.
You just want to put more stuff in the studio.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. So, but I think that would be really, really cool. And after working on the turtle, it makes me think it's a real possibility. And the really neat thing about it is that a shape like that, like with the turtle, all the little, like all the scales, everything about it, you can actually feel and touch. And I use that to help guide. So if a person with a visual impairment or somebody that just enjoys touching things, you can go to the turtle and you can actually feel all the grooves, everything about it. I think that's really cool, you know, and it's life size. And so it'd be fun to do other animals like that.
Yeah. Well, Owen says, for an art commission, I painted the Greek islands on a cornhole board, if that sounds different.
Yeah, I saw that, man. That's really cool.
And then Fred says, should have hit a Ninja Turtle on the turtle somewhere, haha.
Yeah, hey, there's still time.
And Vincent has joined us and says, howdy.
Hey, Vincent.
Hey,
I hope you're doing well.
So, show us what you got going on.
Yeah. So guys, I've been working on this Chimera. It's a commission, and the Chimera is a blend of animals. Like traditionally, it's like a goat body with like a lion head, and then all this. But sometimes, it's weird. Like the old stories and stuff, they have it like a lion. Like a goat head coming out off the back, which I think is kind of weird. So I just came up with my own Chimera. With a Chimera, you know, it's really just a morphing of different animals. So with this one, I have a lion, I have like ram horns, I've got the lion paws in the front, but kind of goat feet in the background. It has a cobra for a tail and dragon wings. You know, so just everything I could think of. You know, it's like I think if I could run into my younger D&D playing self when I was a teenager, it would just give me like the biggest high five. You know, like yes, so. That's what I'm using as the inspiration.
Do you remember what animal killed the Chimera in all the stories?
Oh my gosh. This keeps coming back to haunt me.
The Chimera.
Let me think.
There's one major flaw about this Chimera that because of that fight that would have went on. Another mythical creature.
Oh, Basilisk? No, Medusa?
No.
Portes?
No.
French fries?
Winged creature?
Oh, diabetes? It was a diabetes that finally killed the Chimera. A winged creature, a bird?
Pegasus.
A dragon?
Pegasus.
Oh. So why wouldn't...
Because in the true Chimera myth, the creature doesn't have wings.
Oh.
And so that's why Pegasus was able to kill it.
Yeah, that's true. But
this is your Chimera.
Yeah, and it's funny, you could look in that Chimera and there's you know, the old stories, and then it morphs and morphs and morphs, so I don't know.
That's true. There's when we were looking it up, there was like all kinds of mixtures. Well, Owen says cool painting, and Nancy says colors are awesome.
Oh, thank you. It's fun to work on. I've been working on this thing quite a bit. Oh, and tonight we're giving away some free art. So we're gonna do a quiz, and
yeah. So we're gonna intermittently put the questions in, right?
Yeah, we sure could. And so most of the time we do the quiz, guys, and we take about 15 or 20 minutes off. So this time we thought, well, we just ask some questions intermittently through it. So the quiz itself, like the quiz, I shouldn't say quiz. Okay, guys, we're having a written test. No, the trivia we'll just intersperse throughout it. But for every question you get right, your name will automatically go into a hat.
Yeah.
So you don't need to watch. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so I'll write it down. I'll write your name down. You just got to put the letter on that you think is the right answer.
Yeah, and you don't have to stick around for the entire stream, whatever. So every time you get one right, though, your name goes in again. So you know, if you say for one question and you get it right, then you get your name in once. if somebody gets all the questions right throughout the entire thing, then you get it in 5 times. But so but that way, I'll paint more because we started thinking like, oh gosh, we're spending so much time just on the trivia, and then and during it, I don't know. So we'll try that out. We're just we're trying different things, but
Well, and Misty Lemons joins us and says, "Awesome, so much detail."
Hey, Misty.
So
thank you.
Let me ask you this: did you put the questions
Sorry, I
before
keep
the
saying the thing.
Did you put the questions before the images of the thing that I?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
I did indeed.
Well, why don't we do the first question?
Okay.
While you're painting.
Well. Hey, did you hear? Sorry, I keep hitting this. Hey, did you hear about that truck in England?
No.
Like a few days ago. This is the weirdest thing. I just thought it was so crazy because I like old scary B movies and stuff, and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and then if you watch an old B movie, there's like blood everywhere and all this stuff, and it's sort of the normal thing. Well, if you lived in England like a few days ago, and we're driving down this highway, you would have turned the corner and it just red. Like it looked like blood just all over the highway, just like gallons of just everywhere. But it was actually kind of a delicious accident. A tomato truck and an olive oil truck, or either it was 2 trucks collided. I don't think anybody was hurt. They just kind of dumped over.
Yeah.
And then tomatoes and olive oil went everywhere. But the police though, like they gave a quote saying it looked like it was from a horror film because it was just red all over the highway and it was just crazy. But it just made me think, life imitating art.
That's funny. I mean, heck,
weird?
man, you just bring a fork and some pasta, and you got yourself a little picnic.
Yeah, it would have been a delicious. It would have been a delicious thing. So we do have the pictures, like I said, are before the questions. So.
Okay. I thought they were after.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you asked if they were before it.
Let me say really fast. Barbara Brand says, "Hi guys, I had an idea today that you're probably already thought of, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Did you ever think about having your prints made into puzzles for sale on your site? I'm amazed how many people still do puzzles." So yeah, we've talked about it, looked into it, haven't pulled the trigger on it. So haven't pulled the trigger on. And I know it's come up quite a bit. My friend Nancy's like a huge puzzle enthusiast, so it's definitely come up. But it's something we should definitely do.
Oh, and that reminds me, for some reason, I was supposed to talk about Prince tonight. I got an email from not Prince the entertainer, but like Art Prince.
Yeah.
And were you thinking like the artist formerly known as?
Well,
I said Prince.
It took me a second.
Yeah, I know. I just thought. But I was supposed to talk about Art Prints tonight. We got a really good email, somebody saying that they're wanting to do Art Prints, and I was like, yeah, that's really great, but there's so much information to put out about that. It's hard to write it in an email. So that'd be a great topic for the next live stream. And but the next live stream, I'll have to do that. So I apologize. But Art Prints, the next live stream. About how to do it, how to get out there. I know a lot of people
should do like a totally separate video because it's so. I mean, we talk about it on the live stream, but a separate video, it warrants a separate video because there's a lot that we've figured out that would just be easier telling.
Yeah, you're right. I thought one thing that could be interesting about the live stream though is that we ought to promote it somehow because it's a hard nut to crack sometimes, and if people would tune in during the live stream, that'd be a great one for people that are interested to be able to ask questions because I mean there's so many different kinds of prints and so many different ways to do it, and there's so many different ways to save money with it. Like you can just save so much money, which means that you can make more money, and let me tell you, like prints are a way to be able to make your art a full-time gig, where you can do what you love and it's just like a song you hear on the radio or on Spotify, and it's a song that you've loved for 20 years, or the song was like 40 years old or something. That artist is still making royalties off of it. So they had like this flash of brilliance, and they're getting a paycheck from it. After that, art prints are a way that a visual artist can be able to do art and spend a lot of time on that art, and not have to make all the money on that one sell. You can actually you can sell a little bit over time, and that which is brilliant.
Well, Fred said crazy, referring to the tomato story, and
weird.
Yeah, it's funny. And Nancy said wood puzzle is the coolest, so that would be really cool. We'll look into that.
That
Sure.
would be. The thing is, like, the really nice, like, cool, hipster-esque puzzles that would be like that. They're so pricey.
Yeah, that's the thing that with any of these products that you put your art on and you sell, that's the thing you have to consider is the cost profit margin, and is it worth doing and all that stuff. So like wood puzzles, while they would be cooler, the cost to make them and have them is, so your margin might be less. So it's just, you just pick a bunch of different, and once you get a site set up that you can start selling things on, there's a whole lot of like print on demand is what they call it, that you can do with your stuff. So that's a whole nother video.
Yeah, that makes it hard because, if you were just doing one, like you wanted to do one as a gift, then paying, a good amount for it isn't that big a deal. But if you're trying to sell it, then, you're saying there's so many costs that, that you have to cover that, it seems like you're charging a lot, but you're really not, because, if one gets damaged, then you got to replace it and the shipping. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, boring stuff. Sorry about that, guys. Do you want to do a picture?
Yeah, so I wanted to share this on the show because I thought it was super cool. Well, John and I both, I'm a bigger fan, but there's a group that does YouTube videos and called the Fangirls of Dallas, and it's two girls that just do kind of exactly what we do, but they're all about comic books and pop culture and do videos. Anyway.
Oh, that's where you got this from?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I saw this come across our feed, and I was like, this is so cool, and it's basically, it's called the Alternative Limb Project, and it was founded by Sophia de Olivier Barata, which I'm probably mispronouncing, but it's all about what she does. It's a collaborative work, so I think she founded it, but the other artists have come in and worked on it. But she makes limbs, or prosthetics, I should say, art pieces. So they're not necessarily like, if you, for example, if you didn't have your left arm, and you could have anything, why would you just outfit yourself with a typical normal human arm? Like, why not make it extraordinary and crazy? So this is one example. If you go to the website, thealternativelimbproject.com, the artwork for this is just phenomenal. I mean, crazy. And so this piece is, I think it's a right leg, I'm not sure, and it's called Cuckoo, but it's like this old sort of wooden sculpted piece, and when the person bends, like, and you can go to the next picture, when the person bends, a little cuckoo bird comes out of the knee, and has like a timepiece on the top and all this sort of stuff. So they're like, just super intricate art pieces. And then you can go to the next one. So, and this is the image that caught my eye, because this is a woman, and she's got no left arm from the elbow on. Is
this the artist then?
No, I think this is just, I think she's just a model. But anyway, so they made this basically prosthetic that looks like almost kind of like a vine, like a snake's tail. It's called the vine. But and it's programmed all sorts of ways. So they're not just like this, weird prop that you'd see in a movie. They actually have function. They can move and stuff like that. And so, I mean, there was one on the site that was the Rolls-Royce commissioned it for a commercial, and it was a electrical, like, Jacob's ladder or something going through the limb. So when wearing it, you just had a constant electrical bolt, like, in this clear housing in the leg. It was totally wicked.
That's cool.
Anyway, so I saw that, and I was like, oh, I want to share that tonight. So if you have any time, you're bored, go to the alternativelimbproject.com and check it out. It is pretty cool stuff. So.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, hey, as long as we're here, why don't we roll into the first question?
Okay.
And let me remind everyone, we're just going to ask some questions, but every one you get right, your name will automatically be put in a hat. And if you stay for the whole stream, we're going to draw the name later. But you don't have to be here for that, do you? I mean, if we'll try to message.
I'll try to message. Yeah. I mean,
we'll try to.
Yeah. Let me say really fast before you go on to the question. Nancy said wood puzzles made in Boulder. We can visit in June. That would be cool. Fred said COVID made the puzzle world blow up. Yes.
I didn't think of that. That's cool.
Kim says, I have a friend who has done an Etsy page for cards from drawings she has done. They are just sketches people can color in and make the cards personalized. I thought that was a cool idea, using art and prints. That is really cool. Like,
that's neat.
I love the idea of like being able to make your art interactive, like coloring book style or anything. That's really cool.
Yeah, you had an idea for a Dad's Day gift where it'd be where like you could have a frame that has two holes and one side would be a picture, like maybe of my lion painting with a cub, and
Yeah.
then the other side you keep empty, but then the person could put a photo of their dad in with it or something. I thought that's such a cool idea.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, and that's part of the whole art biz is you're thinking about like, what's some sort of concept that you can, you know, sell. Let's see. Cassie asked for a link to the Alternative Limb Project. I'm going to put that in there now. Yeah, Fred said, "Wow, the things that they can do today." Yeah, it's pretty cool. And on the website, it'll talk about like the 3D printing, the sculpting. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so first question.
Ooh.
If you think you know the correct answer, write down the letter, and if you've got it right, I will write your name down and put you in the hat.
Somebody's gonna win some free art tonight. That's
Yes.
what I know.
All right, first question. What year did Barbie come out?
Oh my goodness.
All right. A, 1958, B, 1959, C, 1956, or D, 1961?
What's my... I see a little bottle of water around you. Gosh, that's hard. So many 1950 ones. Boy. Oh, here it is. I put it in my paint. Oh gosh, I'm losing my mind. I put this in my paint drawer. That's great. That's crazy. I'm gonna say 56 because that's the earliest, and I think Barbie's been around a while.
Do you?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
You're going with 1956.
I am. That's my final answer.
Okay. Well, the correct answer is, in fact, B, 1959.
Oh. I'm not off to a very auspicious start. I will say that. What
A lot of people got it right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Way to go, people.
You want to go ahead and do another one? We're about 26 minutes in.
Yeah, sure. We have no idea how to manage time, people.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but if you've watched this, you already know that,
Yeah.
guys.
Well, let me say really fast. Barbara says, I remember when I got my first Barbie, it was Christmas, and I guessed it was a carton of cigarettes. Wow, what kind of Christmas gifts did you get? Interesting. Okay.
I don't joke, but it's not. It's a little. It's a Barbie joke, but it's a little colorful. It's not. It's not like little, but it's. Oh gosh, I'm gonna say it's not that bad, but it's.
I'll tell it.
No.
Okay. Oh, here's the next question. Are you ready?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
And then you can tell me if it would have been appropriate.
Then we'll
or
share
not.
it next week.
I'm not sure it's a little brother friendly. You know what I mean? If it's PG-13, it's probably PG-13.
Okay. Next question. What language is the most spoken worldwide?
Oh.
A, Chinese, B, Spanish, C, Arabic, or D, English?
Okay, I think I know this one. I was gonna guess Pig Latin.
Pig
but
Latin.
that wasn't a choice, so I think it's English, and I have a reason for that.
Okay.
Well, one thing is because the British Empire, but the other thing too is that all airline pilots and all that are around the earth, like their main language, or most, is English, and that's just to keep everything kind of standard. That way, like when you're flying in somewhere, people aren't trying to think, oh, what's, if things are a little broken up, you're like, oh, what language is this? I don't know. It just makes it standard. They had to pick one at the time. There was a lot of English speaking pilots, so that's what they went with.
Really?
So I'm going to go with English, although there are a lot of people who speak Spanish, though. I mean, Spanish is huge. So is Chinese.
Or you got a final?
Yeah, I'm going to say English because when we went to Holland, there was a lot of people there that spoke English, even though it was Holland.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places where they speak English even. Yeah. What are other people saying?
It's a little all over the board. It's a little bit all over the board.
Okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah. But the answer is in fact A, Chinese.
Oh, come on. That's so obvious. Well, I guess. That's so obvious, even though I got it wrong. Oh, okay. Well, let me show you what I'm doing with my painting really quick.
Okay.
I need to take a breather. It's killing me. It's killing me, Smalls.
Regroup.
Yeah, regroup. So, as you can see, the painting is completely different. No, I mean, you probably can't really tell the difference at all. At this point on the painting, what I'm doing is I'm putting in a lot of subtle changes. And I'm not sure how well it comes out on the camera. You know, the digital camera only picks up so much, and the different subtle changes of color isn't necessarily. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. It's not necessarily the best for that. So the face of the lion was really white, and so I'm going in and I'm putting a little bit of color in there. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a burnt sienna that's a liquid pigment of the acrylic paint, and I'm mixing that even further. I'm diluting it even further to make it even more transparent. And burnt sienna is sort of an orangey kind of color, so I just want to give it kind of an orangey sort of feel. And I'm putting it on there. It's very wet, so I'm putting it on there. I'm letting it do its thing. So what it's going to do is it's going to stain the canvas just a little bit. And it's okay for me to be a little willy-nilly here. I've got these black lines that I can feel, and I'm going to go in with my my cloth, and I'm gonna dab it dry. And the reason I can do all this, and it's okay about how it looks and all, is because I'm going to go in with a white and do little highlights and stuff. So it's going to give it more of a layered sort of feel, and it's not just going to be a bright white face. So that's kind of what I'm working on now. I also changed, I'm doing some tinting along into different areas of just. I put in some fluorescent pink into its fur in some different places, just to give it, not to make it look pink, but it gives it more of a reddish sort of feel in some places, and in places where it's a dark red, it'll make it have a little bit more depth and whatnot. So I'm just going for that depth. Check out his bicep. Gosh, look.
So muscular.
Okay. Do you guys see this part? Isn't that like a vein?
Ooh, that's weird. Did you plan that?
You know, I actually had his arm much more detailed. Like it's all crazy, and it was more like I was thinking like comic book. So it was all like, I'm trying to show you my bicep so you know it. Let me show you what a really built arm looks like. I'll use mine as an illustration. I can't lift it.
Kim said, "Is that a wash?" I guess.
Yes,
okay.
it is. It is very. Yeah, Kim. It sure is. So a wash or tint. And those, I love that so much, because if you're doing undulating color, so if you're putting in some opaque colors underneath, then you could add a little titanium white or whatever kind of white that you want, and to lighten it up in some areas. And as you add the wash over it, it'll really give you your idea of like lifting the color up and then it dropping down, so you get low lights and highlights and stuff. And then you can go in with pure white, and that, I don't know, it kind of. I think having pure white and pure black in your painting is really a nice thing. I know, like Monet, he never used black. He thought, oh, no black. But I like it because I think, just from an abstract point of view, whenever I think about color, like I'm not really looking at the color, but I'm thinking about it, and I think having pure black and pure white sort of sets a person's mind. Like whenever they're looking at it. That way, when a person's looking at your painting, there's like the purest black. So anything less than that is just a shade, and then there's the purest white. So it kind of, I don't know, it gives like a nice full parameter of all the color. I think in a lot of paintings where some people try to use a lot of color and it ends up muddy, maybe part of the reason for that is because all the colors are really close to each other. You don't have a wide enough like parameter set, So if you go all the way from the blackest black that you can get to the whitest white, and that's in your painting, then there's a lot more room to play around. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm operating with.
Friend says yes. The definition is very cool. And then Kim says grandfather was a photographer, and he said every picture needs something black.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I would agree with that. It's very Ansel Adams-ish. It's like the true black and whites.
I have another thing for you too.
What?
This happened on the exact same day that the tomatoes fell on the road in England. This takes place in Australia, but it's a whole nother movie coming to real life.
Yeah.
And it's the craziest thing. It's the crazy, snakes on a plane.
Yeah.
The greatest movie ever made. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it is a pretty wacky movie. But in Australia, you know they haven't been flying the jets and stuff. Like they grounded everything.
Yeah.
And they have them grounded out in the desert. And besides kangaroos, there's another thing that Australia is really famous for, and that's having crazy snakes, like all kinds of poisonous snakes and stuff. So they use broom handles and stuff, and they've been going around, and they're having to whack all the engines and everything, just to kind of knock the snakes out, not make them where they want to. So so they're trying to avoid their snakes on a plane thing. But I thought, how funny is that's like on the same day, you know, when it came to light that you have Qantas employees out there whack 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 with their giant planes that are starting to, you know, they're.
They just need to get Samuel Jackson.
I know, I'm telling you, yeah. So that's probably Plan B, or maybe he's on the way.
Ooh. Yes.
Maybe that snake's on a plane too.
Well, Ron has joined us and says, "Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm late. Thanks for tuning in."
Well, thanks. It's good to have you.
Yeah. Yeah, you were telling me he had a really good painting idea. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I dig it too. I think John should do it.
Yes.
Misty says, I outline my paintings in black often. That's cool. It's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah, you know, I started mine in black. You know, just it gives me something to fill. But I started drawing as an illustrator, and you know, so it makes sense to me. Way to go.
Yeah. Kelly says, have you heard of Stuart Simple? I think that's his name, but he has made the blackest black or other colors that are outstanding. I have.
Yes.
I have heard of that. Yes, we've had many conversations with Jack about what we could paint entire rooms of the house.
Tell everybody his newest idea. He just told us.
Jack said
we're gonna renovate. We have to change. We have to renovate our bathroom.
Yeah, so
like it started to be an issue.
Yeah, so we're gonna renovate our bathroom, and Jack's suggestion, because it's his bathroom, and we were like, what do you think, you know? And he said he wants to get that paint that's the blackest paint and paint everything in it, so that you don't know what to do when you walk in and close the door. Like you can't see the toilet, you can't see the sink, you just don't know what you're. So we, you know. We'll have to take his suggestion, his design suggestions, with a grain of salt.
We can't really do that because it's a guest bathroom too, you know. But it's I like the idea in a way because it is a small bathroom. But if it's that black, you won't know how big it really is. Like there's no reflection of light, so you're in there. It could be giant, it could be little. I don't know. So
but I mean, I'd be worried that you would fall off the toilet or. I don't know.
I'd be fine.
Well, you'd be fine.
The bathroom wouldn't change too much for me, but yeah. So you know, we may not let our 13-year-old just decide the color scheme, but but that bathroom though, I think it was redone in the 80s, and like the tub, you know, it's kind of broken a little, like it's developed like a little hole in it or something. I don't know. All of it needs, you know, like it's. I don't know, like it's important I think to update things and keep things good, but like there's actually like some problems with it there that we're like, well, we can't put this off anymore.
Yeah. Nancy says only if Jack cleans up the pee mess.
There you go.
He's not gonna do it.
That's true. hey, do you want to do another question?
Yeah.
I got one right. I got one wrong.
Well, speaking of the last question we had about the languages, Claire said it must be based on the number of people instead of widespread ? Maybe, and then Crystal said that's how she interpreted it. If it was widespread, English would definitely win. If it was, I guess, all over the world, but I don't know.
That's what I was thinking too. Was that you know what's? Yeah, guys. So we should get like half a point or something.
Yeah, half a point. And Kelly said, "LOL, I love that. Not practical, but great fun." Speaking of the bathroom being. The blackest black.
Or just make it all day glow. No, if you make it all day glow or whatever, so like it's glowing from exactly.
All right, next question. I expect a lot of people will get this right. I don't know if you will though. How old do you have to be to enter the Hunger Games?
Oh.
Okay. A, 12, B, 11, C, 10, or D, 15.
Wow, it's also young.
It was brutal, man. Brutal.
Man, I don't know.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. I know some people out there have read the books, Nancy, so I'm expecting correct answers.
Yeah, tell me what Nancy says. I don't really know. Like I want to say 15 because that's the oldest. There. I mean, you know, and Shirley's. I mean, I don't know what. So it's 12, 11, 10, 15. Is that what you said?
12, 11, 10, 15.
Surely it's older than 10. I want to say the actors were in their 20s. Weren't they? They were playing. No, probably teenagers. Maybe 12? Let's see, Harry Potter was 11 when he started his escapades. I kind of want to say 12.
Okay.
The Dirty Dozen. But 15 though kind of makes sense. Man. What's, is there a consensus or people?
It is a toss-up a lot between 12 and 11.
12 and 11? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 12 then because I was thinking that, but Harry Potter was 11, so I'm going to say, oh, you know, they're like, oh, we're a year more mature than Harry Potter.
Well, Claire just said, and this is an interesting fact for anybody guessing out there, the older sister took the spot of the younger sister in the movie. So how old, what's her name was, is not the youngest age.
How old was her sister?
I have no, well, I'm not going to tell you. Nice try.
Well, I tried, guys. Well, shoot, man.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Are you ready?
Yeah, okay. I kind of want to say 10 now. That's a nice, gosh. Okay, I'm going to say 12. I'm going to go with 12.
The answer is A, 12.
Ooh, doggone, that was good.
Katniss
I knew it all
was
the
her
time.
name. Claire's an expert over here. Katniss was her name.
Katniss, really? Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
And that kind of works. If you name somebody Dogness, it doesn't really.
Yeah, that would be weird.
I'm Dogness. DJ Dogness might work though. I'm DJ Dogness.
Yeah.
Kind of works.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, anybody that got that right, your name is going in a hat,
Yes.
and we will
In the hat.
pick a winner. You don't have to be here for the winner, but
I will try and contact you.
yeah, and if you hear that you win and we haven't contacted you, it's because we for some reason couldn't message you. So like if you go and watch the end of the video, just see if you won or not, and you haven't contacted, please send us a message, brandlet@gmail or type in Blind Painter. I'm on the internet. Facebook message me. Facebook message Jackie. Get a hold of us, and we will send you your art print of your choice.
That's right. Do you want to do the next question?
Well, might as well, I guess. I don't feel like I'm on a roll.
Oh, wow. Now that you're on a roll. Okay. No, you'll probably know this because you're, one class away from being a nurse. What is the rarest blood type?
Oh, shoot. I knew this. I used to know this. And now I think I have it backwards because it was like the.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I can't remember. So I want to say.
Do you want me to tell you them?
Huh?
Do you want me to tell you them?
Well, I know it's O, A, B, and I'll be negative.
Okay, well there's your choices.
Can that be the question? What are blood
No,
types?
but that's impressive.
Oh, thank you. Well, good. So I feel like if I got this wrong, I at least won a little I don't know, admiration for me.
Yeah.
He's not a total dummy. Oh. Anyway.
Well, I will say that the crowd are experts in this field.
Ooh, what did they say?
I'm not going to tell you.
I want to say A being negative. But I also want to say O. Like, I want to say O is the, like, oh my god, it's so rare.
Do you know what your blood type is?
No.
I don't either. Isn't that weird? I feel like we should.
Well, I've been told a plenty. I mean, I've been told a plenty, but I just don't remember. I don't know. I had that blood thinking so much when I was a kid, and I don't know. I kind of blanked all that out of my head. I guess I'm gonna go with AB negative. but I think it's O. But maybe O is the universal donor. I don't remember which is. Maybe AB negative is the universal donor. See, I'm getting it backwards.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm gonna go with O.
Well, the answer is in fact D, AB negative.
Oh man, I talked myself out of that one. Okay, we only have one more question left. Why don't we just go ahead and.
Okay, let's do it.
And I'm just gonna rip this Band-Aid off. What is this one?
Brent says, I don't feel smart when everyone else gets them right.
I don't feel smart when I get them all wrong.
And Crystal says, I only knew this thanks to the movie Bruce Almighty.
Well, it makes me feel even dumber now because I saw that movie and I don't remember that.
Okay, next question. What breed of dog was the most popular in the U.S.?
Oh.
A. Pug.
The Snoop?
B. Dalmatian. C. Beagle. Or D. Golden Retriever.
Well, it changes too. And that's been a problem over the years. Like I remember, there was a time when German Shepherds. I remember reading about this. It was a long time ago when they were one of the most popular breeds, and because of that, everybody wanted one. So the breeding really started going. People just started breeding anything and calling it a German Shepherd or doing kind of bad breeding, and that kind of hurt the breed.
Yeah.
And that happened with Labs. It happened with Dalmatians. Every time Disney puts out a Dalmatian movie, Dalmatians skyrocket, and then there's lots of people that get bit by Dalmatians because families think about these cute little cartoon dogs and they don't treat them like a real dog, and they think, oh, it's just, it's like a cute cartoon dog. They're like, well, they're also real. Yeah, you can't just squeeze them until they want to pop. It's I don't know.
Well, gosh. The crowd has.
What are they saying?
Well, it's overwhelmingly one answer.
Is it Golden Retriever? There's some people saying.
Maybe.
Yeah, cause, I know Dalmatian really gets high sometimes, and that Cruella shows out.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Golden Retriever though, because that's really close to Eagle, who's a yellow lab, and people call her a golden a lot.
Didn't labs used to be the most popular dog?
Hmm.
When?
Well, and they still are from time. It kind of goes back and forth.
Yeah. Well, Fred says everyone I know loves pugs the most, but Golden Retriever seems like a family dog. The answer is, in fact...
Pugs are adorable.
They are so cute. The answer is, in fact, Golden Retriever.
Yay, Golden!
So good job, guys. Everybody out there is rocking it. Very good. I got lots of names in the hat.
Yay! Way to go, guys.
What's your favorite breed of dog?
Yellow labs named Eagle. And black labs named Echo.
Oh, I got the cutest picture of Chip this weekend.
Oh.
She is kind of neurotic when she goes outside because she's on patrol, and so she got to go in the car this weekend because we went to the lake, and Jack was holding her in his seat and cracked the window like 4 inches, and she stuck her little beagle head out the back, and her big old ears were blowing, and I grabbed a picture in the side mirror. It was like, oh, so cute. Good Jeep dog. Anyway, all right. So let me put these names in the hat. What part of the painting are you on? Or
well, let me tell you. I'm still working on the face, and I don't know how much it looks. I'm gonna pick this up. I'm gonna move it closer. Can you tell? Is it closer now?
Yeah.
So the face was just completely white when we started this. But now, like, there's a little bit of color and stuff to it. So it should be a little bit of yellow and a little bit of, it's a burnt sienna, but so it's just the lightest sort of brownish sort of orange. So it's like a tan kind of color, the way that I was using it. And the idea is that I just want to give it some variation, because I still want it to be very bright. It's like that tawny sort of fur that a lion has. But this is sort of a, I don't know, I want to say like an animated feel, but it's, there's like bright white, it's almost like chiaroscuro, so the light's hitting them. So I don't want to go too dark with it there. That's the lightest part of the painting. So I want that to really shine, and its horns to shine. in the tips of his claws and in the tips of his horns. You know, to really, really shine. So, because whenever a person looks at it, the eyes will automatically go for the brightest part of the painting. You know, and depending on where it is and all. So the way that this painting is, generally when a person will see it, the first thing that they'll go for is this big area, white area, just off center, and then it'll start to trail around. So there's a lot of movement of the fur going down here. So a person's eye will go that way, and there's white over here to catch it, and it'll keep going, and then there's more like white over here. So generally, I'm thinking when a person looks at this painting, the way that their gaze will travel will be like bonk, whoosh, like that.
I love the tail. It's probably my favorite.
Oh, you love the tail, really?
Yeah, like it's just wicked, man. Wicked.
Thank you. Gosh, yeah. I was wondering, do you think the tail and the head get along? I mean, like, if the head, you know, if the snake has its own like brain and all, so it has its own thing, but it's hooked to this other part. Surely it's just used to that and normal. But I mean, you know, what if it had a bad day and the tail bit?
Well, it probably gets along with him just as much as his Arnold Schwarzenegger arm does.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe.
Well, his other arm's just as big. You just can't see it because of the fur. It's not like he has like one puny arm and one giant arm.
I bet they get. I bet it's they get along. They get along most days.
Well, that's. Hey, did you know that a chicken McNugget sold over the weekend for $100,000?
That's
Fresh, like it's a new one.
Like, did it get sold to the person who bought the $18,000 invisible sculpture? Which is.
I don't know. That's interesting. But it looked like a character. It was just like it's just a slightly different shape or whatever. But it looked like the character Among It. It's in a video game called Among Us.
Oh,
it looked like one of the characters, and the Among Us people saw that it was for sale on eBay. Like it started at $1, like 99 cents.
Yeah.
But then it went viral, and they saw it, and they started tweeting it and all, and then it went up to $99,997.
That is insane. People are out of control.
But it said that it has an expiration date of about 14 days, so they'll make sure to get it to them before it's expired, and they'll even send a packet of Szechuan sauce.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he ate it, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do with it? Freeze dry it, I guess.
Ugh.
But it's just a oddly shaped nugget. I mean.
Well, probably. I mean, I assume it's shaped like the Among Us little characters.
Yeah, but I don't know what that looks like. But I mean.
They look kind of like the ghosts from Pac-Man, but
well, that
more
doesn't really look like
cartoony.
anything. Right? I mean, that's just.
I know.
It's like
they're not. They're literally little shapes.
That's somebody's going to regret that.
As much as I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard out there about that $18,000 invisible sculpture. I couldn't believe it, but whatever. Fred says, "Well, I got two. That's good as it gets, haha." And then he said maybe he controls the snake.
That'd be neat. That's
I-
true. Maybe he has a little flute on him, so you can do like a whole little, play a little snake charmer.
Yeah. You ready to pull a name?
I'm ready to pull a name.
All right.
Ooh, I'm going deep.
I know, there's a lot.
Really?
There's lots of names.
Oh, wow. A lot of smart people tonight, guys. Okay, I've got two. One's going to fall. And, should I hold it up to the camera?
Sure. Do it.
I'll put it. Let me put this on the big camera.
My handwriting is atrocious.
It's stuck together. I can't help it.
It's the other side.
Oh.
It's the other side. No, you're looking at the back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Karen.
Karen. Hey.
Cool.
Congratulations, Karen.
Here, I'll hold it up to the thing again.
So Karen, what? So you want a medium print, and we'll send it to you, and so just message us, and if you could tell us which medium print that you want, you don't have to decide right now, but you go on the website, and look at all the prints. Just pick whichever one that you want, and let us know, and we'll get that in the mail to you.
Yeah.
But thanks for playing, everybody.
Yeah. Fred says, hopefully the customs dogs don't eat the nugget when it gets shipped. Yeah, that would be funny. And Missy says, wish I could sell an invisible sculpture for $18,000. LOL. Yes.
Yeah, really.
It's ridiculous. Karen says, I have a 30,000 invisible sculpture for sale if anybody is looking.
Man.
And she says I'll send pics. So, anyway, there you go. So, that's awesome. Kelly says congratulations. Terry's joined us and says, how's it going?
Well, going good, going good. Thanks for joining. Just painting a Chimera. So I'm working on that.
Karen says something with butterflies.
Ooh, that'd be pretty. That would be
Yeah.
nice. That would be cool.
John's got one with a really big butterfly called Flight of Color.
Oh, yeah.
And then the one behind you on the camera is a bunch of butterflies flying off. So there's, whichever you're digging, I will send you a medium print of. So if you want to message me or message John, PM him your address, I will get it in the mail stat.
Hey guys, and I want to remind you again too. If anybody's in the Denton area or in the whole Dallas area, that we have the art talk on Thursday at the GDAC, the Greater Denton Arts Council, which is going to be a lot of fun. It's not just me.
Right, there's going to be other artists, and I wanted to say we'll go live. Like I was going to go live for a bit. So tune in Thursday if you're not in Denton. You could tune in, and I will go live with John on the panel. So
yeah, and the and thanks to everybody. Like the last time I did a live stream with the GDAC whenever I worked on the mural there, which is two hands that are clasped and they're holding a mask, like a COVID mask. So that mural's up there right now, and we'll be there. But they did a live stream there, and thank you guys so much because they said they got more viewers to their live stream than they've gotten on any of their live streams. So thank you guys so much for tuning into their live stream when I was on. That was really cool. So yeah, and they'll be going live too. And then this weekend at LSA, Lone Star Attitude, really, I mean, it's one of our favorite places in Denton because we love going to the rooftop. And plus, I've had a mural there for over 2 years, and we're about to put another, so that's always nice too. You can go ahead. It's nice when you can go have a hamburger and a drink next to your artwork. And but I'll be up there Friday, Saturday, Sunday doing artwork, doing the painting. So I'll be up there all day until I get the painting done. And then at 7 o'clock on Sunday, they're having a party, really for everybody's invited, and it's for the other 5 artists. All 6 artists will be there, and it is just a ton of fun. It really is. It's such a laid back. Most art is like in galleries or museums where it's a little stuffy. The cool thing about this is that they're really trying to bolster the arts in the community.
And
it
they
just makes it fun.
have margarita flights.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this.
But one of the rules is that you're not allowed to drink anything while you're working on the mural. So
good thing I'm not.
I'll be very thirsty on Sunday.
Well, Fred says I know the next print I want, so he's got ideas.
Ooh, nice.
Terry says sorry I was late, but it is super cool.
Well, thanks for tuning in, Terry. Man,
Fred says good times as always. And Kelly asked, do you guys have any trips planned near the El Paso, Albuquerque area?
Not right now. But that could change. You never know. But
it would be fun to head out there. I have a good friend that lives in Albuquerque.
I used to go there every year. The Texas governor's office would send me to represent Texas for a number of years. Like I would go to the Southwest Disability Conference, and they would send me out there to represent, and so
right
I would.
When the balloon festival was.
Yeah, it was the same time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was fun.
Well, and let me say,
ahead, sweetheart.
Fred says the stream with the Carter people was a good one too.
Ooh, the what now?
The Carter, your Eamon Carter stream was good.
Oh, thank you,
Thank
Fred.
you.
Thank you.
Look at you being an expert at things.
Hey, I heard something that's kind of cool this week. That was kind of neat. Well, have you ever put a message in a bottle, like, and thrown it out, and then wondered, like, if anybody got it, or ever tried that? Like, actually. Ooh, have you?
No, I've never done it. I assume others have, but I imagine it just washes right back.
Yeah. Well, there's a lady from Poland who was on a student exchange in Russia, and put a message in a bottle like a decade ago. Yeah. And she put a 10 ruble note in there, and in the letter, that way they could, like it's sort of incentivizing, hey, this is for real or whatever. And so last week on her Facebook, she got a picture of the bottle, and a person saying, "Is this yours?" And I just thought that was so cool. And then so she actually it took 10 years, but it finally
Wow.
found somebody, and then the person was actually an environmental scientist. So she wrote back, "It is mine. I'm sorry I littered," but he apparently was okay with it, so it worked out. And he's 10 rubles richer. So
Yeah, really.
that's nice.
Donate it to the cause.
But isn't that cool though? I mean, it's just
Yeah.
like it's something that you would do. It's like I don't know, like throwing a penny down a wishing well, and then 10 years later, you get that penny back and your wish comes true. Or so, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know. It's like
It's
one
crazy.
of those.
Well, my mom says we should do that. Cool. Yes. That would be fun.
Do what? I've lost.
The bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Karen says we've done that in Oregon where she is.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. Fred says sounds like fun, and Misty asked, do you paint in acrylic or oil?
In acrylic. But I started in oil. I did only oil for 7 years when I first started painting, and then I switched to acrylics when my son was born because I was afraid I'd get the oils on them or all the paint thinner and stuff. But the really great thing about acrylics, and something I want to do a video or a live show with, is talking about the mediums, because there's mediums you can add with your acrylic paints, and you can make them work like watercolor. You can make them work like oils. You can even make them work like putty or clay. So you can have this one medium acrylic, and they work like acrylics too. So you can have them work like that. But with these different mediums that you add in, and what is a medium? Let me show you here. Here's a couple. I've got them all over the place. We got shelves of mediums. So they're just things that you can add to the paint, and it changes the way that the paint feels, and if it's thickness, the thinness, the viscosity of it, the texture of it. And that's one of the things I really, really love about acrylics is that it just gives you so much flexibility. If you want to paint with a paint that feels like oil paint and even dries slower, you like that. There's things you mix in with the paint, and suddenly you can paint with a paint knife and it feels just like oil paint. I think that's so cool. Almost sounds like I'm being paid by the acrylic paint council or something, but
you
but
are
I
a
just
fan
really
of mediums.
well, and another thing too is that I paint a lot, so I don't really have to worry about cleanup or anything because I just paint a lot. And in fact, I hardly ever clean my brushes, which sounds crazy, but my brushes never go bad. But it's because I paint every day. I paint a lot. So, but if let's say if you have an hour to paint with that day, and then and you're having to get all your paint set up and everything, it could take you 15 minutes or so. Then with the oils, there's a lot of cleanup. You have to clean every brush, or if that oil paint dries on it, it's never going to, it's going to ruin that brush. So you really got to get it all out, and you've got to use some kind of spirits, some kind of paint thinner, something on it, and that just takes a lot of time. So I could take 15 minutes or more. So out of that hour that you have to create, you've just spent 30 minutes of it just getting things set up and put away, which means only half the time you're able to create, and that takes a lot of the fun out of it. With acrylics, you have water, and you got a cup of water, and you can put your brush in there. If you're gonna be back tomorrow, that's probably good. And then you just rinse it out, and then and you're good to go. And you don't have crazy thinners or anything.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's why I paint with acrylics, and it dries faster. And for me, I need the paint to dry, so that I can feel it. Kind of like the painting that I'm working on right now. I just worked on its face. Watch this. Do that because it's dry. It dries that fast, and which is pretty brilliant when you have to wait for the paint to dry to make sure that you did what you think you did. So this paint's pretty thin. The black you can feel. But anyway, sorry. So I've rambled.
Well, Terry says, speaking of the bottle and the wave, it just shows you that email is faster than wave mail.
There you go.
And Missy says, I'm going to try the slow dry medium. So that's cool.
That is cool. That's really nice. Well, good luck. If we can help with any of that, let me know. But darling, I guess we've given away some art. We've talked about the stuff we're doing this week.
Yep.
Might be time for me to go make us dinner.
Ooh.
I bet our boy would appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, Fred says thank you guys. Fred says thank you guys, and thanks for tuning in, everybody. Be sure and share, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and got a lot of things going on this week. So if you're in the Denton area, definitely come check out the murals and the talk Thursday. So.
Yeah, please, guys. That'll be so much fun. That's really one of the main reasons we do like this public art and stuff, is because it's so fun to hang out with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Well, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Yeah.